right. So again, I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you all for taking time out of your day and being here. And again, sincerely thank you all for your patience, for you all taking time out of your day. Some of you all leaving work early, some of you all coming from far distances. Just want to wholeheartedly say thank you. And also a very big hi and a welcome to everyone that is joining us streaming live. I do know we have individuals all around the United States, including one of our big supporters, Apple, that is in DC. So a very big thank you and a big hello of members of our HBCU C2 team. So officially, it's getting us started. My name is Dr. Jennifer Miles, and I am the director. I'm honored to have served your children this week in our Center for the Academic Innovation and Transformation here at Huston-Tillotson University. The role of the Center for Academic Innovation and Transformation is that we are pledging to help to transform students, particularly at HBCU, and have an impact to the community that specifically target Black and brown faces with digital literacy skills. So we're doing this in a couple of ways. Number one, in our computer science program, which I'm very proud of some of our computer science students here that are taking classes in the summer, and also our instructors that you're going to learn here shortly, they're the ones that go about teaching our elementary and our middle school and high school students about coding, because coding is where it is at, right? Every one of us takes out our phone almost every day, if not like literally probably minutes, right? And when we're on our phone, we use it to order groceries. We're using our devices to simply, some of us going into our homes, if you have an ADP or security system. Some of us are using our devices to check grades or your child's grades, right? Monitoring their academic progress. But in addition to that, we're even using it for transportation, like rideshare with Uber and Lyft. What I'm getting at is that it is impossible for us to be successful in going about our day without the use of technology. Well, why don't we become the powers behind that instead of the users, right? And what I'm proud is that every face, nearly 45 students that you're gonna see from 5th grade all the way up to 10th graders that literally have taken 5 days to learn how to code. They have had the opportunity in learning how to use robots called Spheros, and all of that is through the use of coding out using Apple devices. So I'm very proud because this program is in partnership with amazing individuals. It could not have been possible. First, without AusPREP. AusPREP's pre-freshman engineering program. So I'd like to say a hand clap and you're gonna hear from I want to say thank you because the heartbeat of everything that is about coding, it comes from our long-lasting partnership with Apple, specifically with their Everyone Can Code, Everyone Can Create initiative. So if you ever were to look at the hashtag, Everyone Can Code and Create, you're going to see your youth as well as nationally what is taking place with coding and creativity in communities that we serve, okay? So I'm very excited because the devices that your children use today were in partnership with Apple. So we're very grateful for that, okay? And then last but not least, I want to say a huge thank you, and I want to introduce, which you will hear from here in about 5 minutes. I want to say this program, specifically this week, could not have been possible without the hard work, and I mean the hard work of every day getting up at 6, leaving here at sometimes 6 or 7 p.m. If you all know how off track meeting, okay? All right, that's specific to the parents, because you all don't have to worry about that, right? It's like, yep, I don't have to worry, okay? So I'm very grateful because there were 6 individuals that I have to accredit this program success that worked day in and day out for making sure that they understood how to use their device, to helping them literally talk them off maybe a ledge where they were stressed, they literally just could not get something to work right, to maybe even serving as, say, a big brother or big sister. So one of those individuals is the assistant director of our AusPREP program, Mr. Anthony Fairley. If you will raise your hand in the hand. Do a check championship clap, I'm going to ask everybody to hold their applause after I get all seven people, introduced. So Mr. Anthony Fairley, who is our professor of education here and the director of our African American Male Teacher Initiative, where Huston-Tillotson University is pledging we're the only HBCU that is doing this, graduating 100 Black men in education. Right now, we're looking at the landscape of K through 12, and only 2% of teachers serve as Black males. And it's important that we have identity in the classroom for all ethnicities, right? But we want to make sure, because research will say, if you have someone that looks like you are 10 times as more to be able to be successful. So thank you, Mr. Fairley. Next, I want to say thank you for our instructors for our intermediate workshop, where they learned everything about the app design in terms of the layout and graphics and where you would place items. And they had the cool opportunity to be able to work with Austin Energy, which you will hear from here shortly, in terms of sustainable energy. And that instructor is Dr. Jessie Rivers, if you will wave your hand, who is another professor in education. Also, I love it. His co-instructor was none other than Dante Delafos. I don't know, there he is. Go, Dante, raise your hand. Student. He is a computer science major, 4.0 scholar. I've been working with him for 3 years. Very proud of this young man that hails from Houston. And he is a member of our Apple Coding Club, which are students that are imparting technology on campus. Now, next instructor, our level 2, we're bumping up in intensity, right? So these are the students that have the opportunity and learning actually building their app, which includes some code. And they took that knowledge to be able to learn how to use robots. So that was our robotics group. That instructor is none other than Mr. Darren Bowers, if you raise your hand. Professor in our business program, specifically the Masters in Business Administration. And if I'm not mistaken, I think you're the president of the Austin's Association Austin's Black Association of the Masters in Business Administration, or Black MBA Association. So thank you, Mr. Bowers. This is his 3rd year in doing the camp. And his co-instructor was none other than Miss Grace Kalawi. So Grace, if you wish, she's everything you'll like. 4.0 honor student here in our WTB Boy Honor Student. I've been working with her for another 3 years. I'm very proud of her. And also, she is the only student on this campus that has mastered robotics. I'm very proud, and seeing women in STEM. So I'm very proud of you. So thank you for what you've done for our students. I love that. This is our advanced workshop, and those amazing scholars fully created an app that runs. And the goal is that we would love to be able to publish apps, if not this group or in the future, to the Apple iOS store. So think about, again, us being able to take control and being the developers of technology, right? So the instructor for that is none other than, Joshua Umoru, who is a 4.0 computer science scholar. Very young, but do not be mistaken. This young man has went around globally. He right now is leading a developmental team in technology, specifically artificial intelligence, in London. He is doing that now. I am very, literally, I'm going to tear up because I'm very proud of him. He accompanies me on all of our programs that were tied to our grant. So I'm very proud. You've done an amazing job. And as well, the second instructor is Miss Teresa Wynn. Where's Teresa? Raise your hand. Okay. A graduating scholar. And the last thing I'll do on is that about 3 or 4 weeks ago, Teresa, literally, because of her passion for women's rights, she had the opportunity during Apple's Community Education Initiative Showcase to speak about the legislation that is being pushed in the state of Texas about women's reproductive rights. So she created an app, literally blew everyone away, and the app is functional, and we are working behind the scenes to work to get that published. So I'm proud of you. She's graduating next semester. I hate to lose her, but I am so honored that you have opportunity of working with this amazing group, and I saw their apps. You're going to be amazed, guys. So with no further ado, I'm going to now ask on behalf of Huston-Tillotson University, our Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Archibald Vanderpoy, if he would please take a moment just to provide you all with some information about Huston-Tillotson University and our pledge towards STEM. So thank you, Dr. Vanderpoy. And after Dr. Vanderpoy, we'll hear from members of Dr. Karen Maggot and or Mr. Anthony Fairley. So Dr. Vanderpoy, thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you. How do you follow that? Good afternoon. These young people, I need some young energy here. Good afternoon. Yeah, that's just what I did. Okay, so first of all, I bring greetings from our president, Dr. Bell Williams, who is away on university business. And you'll be here for a week. And unfortunately, she's been traveling all week, so you didn't get to meet her. I don't think this is your last time here, so maybe next year you'll be able to meet our president. Also, I like to thank Dr. Miles. She was thanking a whole lot of people, but I'd like to thank her. So a round of applause for Dr. Miles. Parents, you know what it takes to take care of the youth, so she's done a good job with her team. So thanks to the team as well. And also, I'd like to thank our partners because you can't do this alone. Apple, Austin Energy, and AusPREP, and all others. This is very important for us. Now, as an educational institution here in Austin, we pride ourselves in partnering with our community and supporting and offering educational opportunities for the youth, the community in general. That is very important to us. Dr. Miles mentioned AI, and you might know the recent news about AI, which is artificial intelligence. We're all excited. Some of us are very cautious about AI because we don't know what is coming. But this is very important to us to support and provide opportunities for the youth, because as we all know, these are the leaders of tomorrow. AI is all around us. It doesn't mean you don't have to be in computer science. Coding is everywhere. So you don't have to be in computer science. So it is important that we bring these opportunities to our youth and our community. Those of you who have been following the news this morning, the big news is about what? Affirmative action, right? You, the parents, know these young ones, they are not there yet. But you have just heard our students. Do you hear that? The student right here in what? Austin, Texas, at what? Huston-Tillotson University, leading a team work in London. So you got to forget about all these affirmative action things sometimes. You can do it right here in Austin, Texas. You can do it right here at HT. You can do it. You know, we know we need support of the community, but you can do great things here. Okay, and so working together, we can work with our students, and we can help them to achieve great things. So once again, thanks to everybody, thanks to our team, and we look forward to AusPREP for the next and many other years. I guess let me mention that you also heard about robotics. If you are interested in robotics, we have a robotics program here. If you are interested in cybersecurity, you can get a degree in cybersecurity right here on our campus. And this fall, we are studying a mechanical engineering program right here at HT, mechanical engineering. So in your 5th, 6th grade, as you proceed to your 12th grade and you are thinking of universities, if you are thinking about these programs, HT is an option for you, okay? And so we'll be here to work, with you. Also for the parents, just to do a shout out, if you are somehow you want to get into the game and get a degree, we have this fall we are studying an online program, so you can be working and get a degree. We also have an evening program we call the adult education adult degree program. It's in the evenings once a week. If you are you are a parent, but this is the time for you to get a degree, we can work with you as well. So we are here, we provide all these opportunities, STEM, parents, students, to help with the community. So once again, thank you all.
Thank you. A member of our partner, AusPREP, again, Austin's pre-engineering program, which you all are familiar with. And after a member from AusPREP, we'll also have a member from Apple to speak about Everyone Can Co-Create initiative, and one of our amazing partners this week that showcase clean, sustainable energy, Austin Energy. AusPREP. Thank you, Dr. Karen Maggot.
AusPREP and another, side of HT. AusPREP, welcome and welcome back to so many of you. I think the number of people that are here returning who have either participated in the program or known someone that's participated in the program, like speaks to the long-lasting legacy of this program, which was started in 1990 by General Marshall and one of our other faculty members who's still here, Dr. Kalman. And so I have managed the program now for a few years, and I'm just so honored to be able to bring this program and everything that it offers to Austin. And just want to say thank you for participating. And we look forward to having you back for another program this summer or for next year. And thank you to the partners who really, all of this working together makes AusPREP what it is. So thank you.
Hear from those that were in the heartbeat of using devices, Mr. Rich Lombardo. He is a senior specialist with Apple's Professional Learning. Again, the global initiative that is everyone can code, everyone can create. Rich.
Greetings, everyone. It's so great to be here. My name is Rich Lombardo. I'm an Apple Professional Learning Specialist. Support the Community Education Initiative. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to see these results. Beginners, intermediate, and advanced. And then, of course, we see the Spheros. Who was playing with the Spheros? Awesome. Did you have fun? Yeah? You all did. Okay, what was your favorite part? Amazing. You have competitions? Yeah. What? Good job. All right. So at Apple, and in particular at CEI, our vision is really about creating opportunities for supporting the workforce, creating a diverse workforce that is representative of communities in which they've been working, right? If we do that, these three areas of focus, we know you had fun, right? Learning how to code. So we provide opportunities where anybody, any age, parents, children. What was the youngest here? We had
Literally the youngest was 7.
7.
Yeah, but that was an advanced student that was already matriculating towards the end.
Better yet, a 7-year-old who's advanced, who's coding. So we provide opportunities for you to learn how to code. We also use creativity, right? Provide opportunities for creativity to solve real-world challenges, and also build relationships so that you have a greater positive impact on the community. And one of the ways that everyone can code, this is the initiative that Dr. Miles was talking about before. And this is where Apple created a resource, curriculum, and an app that allows you to learn how to code using the Apple Swift programming language, which was actually developed with educators in mind. It came up with this as a tool so that you can learn how to code, whether it's in a classroom, whether it's in a camp or a club, in a way that is fun, engaging. How many of you used to learn to code? I think it was this group, right? Did you have fun? You would fight? Yes. And you guys did too as well with the Spheros. So we're going to show a little bit of that here shortly. But this programming language is the same programming language that is used to create some of your favorite apps. So this is Swift Playgrounds. This is the app that they were primarily using. And this is, think of it as a gamified environment. You get to solve challenges that teach you those foundational principles of coding using the Swift programming language, the actual language. It's not just a representation, it's the real language, so that you can solve challenges. There's our buddy Byte, and that's a three-dimensional world where the goal is to write the code to solve the problem and collect those gems. There's a full curriculum that's available to schools, clubs, programs like this, or even at home. And so it's a great way to begin that process of gaining those skills to become an app developer or benefit, like Dr. Miles mentioned before. There's a huge app economy that you can become part of, all of you, not just some of you, all of you. And so with that, this is probably my favorite part of talking about this. A little over a year ago, Apple created Swift Playground app 4.0. So they upgraded it. So now you can develop apps on an iPad. From a simple concept, if you have an idea, you can grab an iPad using Swift Playground and start that process. And in fact, you can publish it to the App Store. One of the goals, again, that Dr. Miles mentioned before, do it all on an iPad. And by doing what you all did this week is how you start that process. You need to learn the skills, and then you have these tools at your fingertips, and they're free. All of this is readily available and it's free. The other aspect was everyone can create. We know how important creativity is in being innovative and solving problems, challenges. And so Apple has a set of resources: photography, video, drawing, even music. It teaches you how to use GarageBand and create your own music, your own songs, play instruments. Again, they had access to all of these resources. All be done at an iPad, an iPhone, a Mac, and again, it's free. And take advantage of it. Finally, I want to talk about a framework that we use to help guide a lot of these experiences, and that's challenge-based learning. Challenge-based learning allows you to begin with a big idea, narrow it down, make it personal, and then dive deep with creating that challenge and creating an action statement. So, for example, this one is to create a better world for environmental justice. Ask questions, dig deep, and find solutions that actually impact your community. We use this in so many different locations, the CBI and some of our partners. I know one that comes to mind is in California, especially during COVID. One of the groups, K-12, so all your ages, they were creating solutions for both adults and youth that needed support during COVID. Tutoring, creating, actually 3D printing PPE, the headpieces so that you can put the face masks on. Writing stories and notes to elders who couldn't have visitors because they were stuck in a home and with COVID were locked down. We have others too, like for example in Detroit, which is really exciting because we now have the developer academy, right? And we had students, like you high school students, that went through a program, summer coding camp program, that eventually went into the developer academy, spent a year there, and now have been hired. And this is all within the past 2 years. So you have a lot of opportunities. I want to make sure that you're aware of this. Some of the challenges, these are challenges that actually Apple created that already exist. But just to note a few, we have our VP, Lisa Jackson, who initiated the initial challenge, which was about creating meaningful opportunities. Creating opportunities for meaningful conversations about race. Dr. Bernice King launched making a positive impact in your community. Dolores Huerta was about environmental justice, one that we just saw. And then Dr. Desai about creating a healthy society. So I wanted you to be aware of all of these. It's free, readily available. Here's some website if you're interested in learning. And all of you, I'm excited, and hopefully you'll continue doing this beyond just this week. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Amy Ashley. I am with Boston Energy, and I have the pleasure of working with a lot of the young students yesterday. It was amazing. So I want to thank the parents for sharing them with my team for a few hours. Because what it does for us is it really helps ground the work that we're doing and remind us why it is that we're doing what we're doing. It really is all about developing future leaders. The kids are the future. So it was a wonderful event. I had a parent contact me, find me on LinkedIn yesterday and tell me how much fun his son had yesterday at our event. And he said that he wore his t-shirt, like he was greater than gas, all day into the night on top of another shirt, even while he was playing basketball. So we know that we reached the students. I wish that I had one of those iPads. That's what I need so I can move about. I like to do that when I talk, but I'm going to speak up and I'm going to stand over here. Would you for me? Oh, okay. So I just wanted to let you know just really brief points of what we covered with the students yesterday, and also remind you that Austin Energy is the local public power. So we are the third largest city-owned public power in the United States. We've been providing service not as long as Huston-Tillotson, but almost since 1895. So we've been providing that service here to the public with a culture of civic engagement, just like I'm here today. And so one of the things that we're doing in this space is we're looking at this massive paradigm shift that's happening right now in technology and transportation. We're doing that by working with the community in order to make sure that people are not left behind as we're seeing this shift and this change happen. We want to give people a seat at the table, a part of the conversation to help us design our programs. So I'm here today to talk a little bit about electric transportation. So the reason that I'm talking about that, it's like, why does electric power and electric transportation, why is that a priority? Well, we are looking to reduce the greenhouse gases here in Austin and across the world because of climate change. So we had a lot of bad storms lately, right? And they're more frequent. And this is directly related to earth warming from fossil fuels. So it used to be that the energy sector was the highest emitter of bad air quality, CO2, into the atmosphere. What's happened is transportation has surpassed that. So if we're not looking at shifting to new modes of transportation, it's a multiple, multimodal operation. If we don't make that shift, we're not going to get what we need to get in order to save our planet, in order to create health and environmental wellness. So we're doing it through the community equity plan. Was anyone in the room here, any of the parents involved in this plan? This was a community effort. It was not just experts from utility or from the city. It was community leaders and everyday people who were sitting at the table helping us design this program to help us reach this goal of getting our community net zero. That means zero of bad emissions here in Austin. And so this is why we're doing the work. How it translates to transportation is that it means that 40% of the vehicle miles traveled needs to be electric by 2030 if we're going to get this done. So we have a long way to go. So that's why I'm here today and why we're forwarding this program. So this is me and Bobby, and I want to say this to my teammate, which didn't come today, but when we walked in the room yesterday, we didn't know what we were, up for, but as you can tell, Dr. Miles has an amazing energy, and good things trickle down from the top, right? So all of the students had this amazing energy. So we got so excited, and it was just a wonderful dialogue and exchange that occurred yesterday. So we felt pumped up and inspired from that event. So that's Bobby, that's myself. And we're standing in front of the Ford Lightning. So the city of Austin is transitioning our entire fleet to electric. We can't ask the community to go electric if we're not going electric either. So we have to lead by example. We've already got about 280 cars on the road that have been transitioned. It's going to save a ton of money to you, the customer, and it's going to save 12,000 metric tons of CO2. And this is a big deal. So we brought the truck so the kids can kick the tires and open up the hood and show them what was not under the hood. You know, what's not under the hood is a bunch of things. There's no more oil changes. There's no more spark plugs. Very low maintenance. And so what did you think, kids? Did you like checking that out? Was that pretty cool? So we checked that out and then talk a little bit about who has experience in electric transportation. So has anyone in the room driven or ridden in an electric vehicle? And wonderful. There might even be more of you because did you know our local bus here is going electric. So they have received the biggest procurement of finances to transition the entire bus fleet here in Austin to electric. So we've got 12 of them on the road. The first 12 are all wrapped here by beautiful artwork by our young students. And in fact, all of those buses will be wrapped by art created by our youth. And those buses will be going in the neighborhood so the kids will be able to, and the families will be able to see their art on that bus. So it is very much a community effort. This was at Campbell Elementary. Those students decorated that first bus. And then we're working with the school district, Austin ISD. They're going to be going electric by 2035, and it's a major endeavor, but it's all about collaboration. And again, that's why we're having these conversations and why we're visiting with you, because it's all of us working together towards this goal. And so Stevie, this is for the parents in the room, but the kids got to meet Stevie, the EV Learning T-Rex yesterday. This is a tool for customers if they're interested in figuring out more about the EV lifestyle and the cost and the incentives. And there's new and used vehicles on here. It's also in Spanish. So I encourage you to go to ev.austintenergy.com, and the students were checking it out as well and able to see some fun videos with Stevie in Spanish and English. But we're just really hoping to support the community, just demystify what it is to drive electric. And then the why, this is the why. So we just put together a quick little collage of yesterday. And see yourself, these kids are amazing. And I'll tell you parents, they know so much. They're so much more further advanced than I was in middle school or elementary or even high school. They really know so much, and they were wanting to just soak it in. And they asked a ton of questions. And so here's just some visuals. We have the virtual reality. We brought 4 different scenarios of virtual reality around electric transportation and just renewable energy and sustainability, some fun games. We had some presentations. We brought a spin the wheel for questions, and kids were great at that. And that was a lot of fun. And the board lightning was there, and then Stevie behind. So just wanted to close. Thank you again. This is the crew. This is why we do it, and we're all receive its support. So thank you guys. You did wonderful today.
Again, as I transition here, again, none of this could be possible without those that are investing in tomorrow's future. Your kids in the future. Companies can take their efforts and invest in so many things. So I'm very grateful for these individuals and even the countless others that have been in support of Huston-Tillotson, specifically our HBCU C2 program. So now is the time. I definitely can't thank you all for your patience. So let's go ahead and rock and roll. So I'm going to ask for intermediate workshop 1. These are those that are learning all things in terms of time. Dante Delafoste will tell you about what was the overarching theme for this group, as well as go ahead and demonstrate and show you all some cool things. So
all right, it's about the students right now. As a teacher, former high school principal, we know the best statement you can ask a kid, make to a kid is figure it out. The It's about being creative. So without further ado, we're gonna start with our introduction on my right.
Hi, I'm Isabel Stevens. I'm going to eighth grade. Hi, I'm Mariella Stevens, and I'm going to seventh grade. Hi, I'm Lucy. Hello, my name is Theo Watkins. I'm going to seventh grade.
My name is Nate Watkins. I'm a rising junior.
But without me speaking, I'm gonna let them tell you what we're doing. Let's go, get it.
I have a quick preface. Some of the audio might be a little bit glitchy, so it might like spike up for a little bit. But I also just want to give a thank you to like all the HT students and staff that have kind of like helped us on the way, helped us make this video. It was really helpful, and I'm thinking about coming to college.
Sire, what does it mean to be a recycler? Mhm. You need to recycle these?
Yeah.
Better. Recycle it. What does it mean to reuse?
I got it. Reuse.
Now, everybody up here, what does it mean to reuse? All right, somebody else. All right, and somebody else.
I got it. I got it.
All right. Yes. Yes. All right, cool. What does it mean to reuse?
I can shoot. Let's say you go to this, right?
Yeah.
We use it by putting water in it.
Right.
And drinking out of it.
Cool, that's another way to reuse. Anybody in the back got anything on reuse? Yes, ma'am, Mrs. Smith?
Just getting metal.
Yeah, cardboard.
Plastic, aluminum foil.
Let's look at that. All right. I like that. All right. Well, guys, that is our introduction.
I'm here with the recycling. I'm gonna ask students on campus a few questions about the recycling situation or what they see. So I guess let's get started. So here at HT University. Well, my name is Huston-Tillotson University. I'm a student here at HT and majoring in ECL.
My name is Isabella. I like to. Thank you.
A bit louder.
We're here at Huston-Tillotson, and I'm here with Ariel. How do you feel about recycling?
I think it's a huge issue. I noticed that there's not a lot of recycling bins available in the buildings and elsewhere, like outside. Alright, so how do you feel about the recycling?
I think we should do more, of it, and I think people would be willing to do more if it was easier and then obvious what we would do.
Yeah.
Recycling is kind of.
The first question is, do y'all recognize like the issue on campus with recycling? Actually, I noticed a lot. I run a lot of buildings on campus. They have just in the recycling area. We have separate types.
make sure that you know the same every time and make sure that her data really is sustainable. So,
Personally, do y'all personally like recycle with the option available to see it? I used to put that water bottle that so I can real big out there, pretty fair. What part of it?
and how does today's production of trash affect the environment?
Well, it's everywhere, you know, get rid of it. And we're dropping trash on everything else in the world, not just as forests. And there's really no way to stop that, because everywhere we go, our trash goes with us. And it's so easy to drop stuff and not realize that it will be there forever, or at least a while.
And how do you think we can recycle more effectively on this?
Make it fun, make it interesting, make it rewarding. Maybe the challenges for the different forms, the different buildings, the different modes of recycling, and small prizes for the winners. Small prizes are always fun, you fill it out for a cake and pizza when you get to college.
Yeah. I think those are good.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Today's production of trash affect the environment?
How is today's production of trash?
Oh, it's a direct correlation. Record keep because of that greenhouse. So, they're finding microplastics in the oceans, everything. Animals, humans, it's just a downhill right? Absolutely. It's a direct correlation. Record keep because of that greenhouse. So, they're finding microplastics in the oceans, everything. Animals, humans, it's just a downhill right? Absolutely.
Because it helps see more suffering. Suffering because of pollution, because of people who don't cycle. It's more space thinking of traffic because people are thinking about the job or the future. They think about pollution. So it's something. Plus, in general has a lot of things with the environment. For example, if you reduce certain material and recycle them, it'll help with less trash and pollution in the streets, cities, oceans, and more. Reducing helps solve pollution, especially in the ocean, but it helps save our animals, ecosystems, and our environments.
I'm going to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
What's recyclable paper? You have other styrofoams down there, you know, and how technology, using computers, has played a vital role in how we strive for a more sustainable Earth or just our day-to-day life. And I've also learned, and we've also learned how to collaborate effectively and efficiently to achieve our goals. Video or just creating more effective methods that get the message out to people. So there's just one more question that I pose to the crowd. What are you going to do in changing your habits and practices to recycle, use, and use?
Imperfections. The students did the hard work before this. They really did. Now, I just want to ask a question about coding. What about Swift coding that we learned?
Oh, yeah, so with coding, we learned how to put some pretty, I guess, the basics, we learned how to implement code, or how to make things that change in the world. So sort of implementing how that works and sort of producing, or like just producing in general, produce an outcome.
And last but not least, as an educator, as a researcher here on campus, you know, one thing that came an epiphany for me is maybe we need to rethink grade levels. Because I had different grade levels, and let me tell you, it worked. It may not be sustainable day to day, but we may need to rethink how we incorporate different grade levels. And that's discipline problems, older students helping the younger students challenging the older students. So that's something that I picked up on as an educator. So once again, give it up. Come on, guys. Give it up.
Thank you all. We're going to go ahead and be expeditious because of time. So our intermediate group number 2, which is the theme of sustainability, using code and robotics for a better Earth, Mr. Bowers and Ms. Burry's the quality.
All right, so thank you guys. So this is our group, the second intermediate group. For our week, we spent a lot of time in gamification, as Rich was speaking to earlier, which Rich, pleasure to meet you in person already. Rich from Apple, this is my third year with this camp. So Rich, literally every time I have a question on how I can challenge the kids, like Rich has been there to like support me no matter how last minute it was. He's literally been there, so thank you, and thank you for the support from Apple. A lot of what we did was gamification focused. So the students were using everybody learn how to code, which they solve some issues through a puzzle, and they go through various levels. They do traditional programming, they do functions, they do loops. But the best way I can describe it is if you were to go bowling and the children bowling, they have the bumpers up there. So everything that they do, they're coding, but the game is doing it for them while showing what the code looks like. So we had a competition to see who could get the furthest in the game. I think, who won the game?
Oh,
Tobias, yes, Tobias Jackson won the game. So he won a nice little $10 prize. Biggest challenges with coding though, especially when you're young in coding, is how to fix problems. So a lot of what we did was we put them in teams, and then they really troubleshot themselves. Any issues that weren't working, we had Russell, and then Soraya and Coffee, who were our experts, resident experts. They literally helped all the students. If there was something not going on, the students went directly to them. They looked at their code. Grace and I, we showed them how to utilize the test environment so that they weren't messing everything up in their live environment. So they were just going around and just learning various stacks of code. So what we're going to do for our presentation, they utilized a application where they can build an app about themselves. So again, the structure, the format was there. They customized that app on their own. So Russell is going to show you what the app looks like, blank, and then each of them will show you what they did to customize their About Me app. And then to close, we will have 3 of our students show you what they did utilizing the maze with the Sphero Robotics.
This is what we did with our About Me apps. This is basically a blank slate of what we were doing. Right here we put our picture and our name. Right here we put our story. It's pretty much things about ourselves. Right here are our favorite things. We did them with emojis and stuff. We put colors here to show our favorite colors. Right here are fun facts. So, they did better. You'll see it. Yeah. That's basically we edited it very much. This one is this is
So now notice the difference with colors. They changed the colors. Some of the fonts they were able to change. They put different paddings and backgrounds around. So what we did was we challenged Russell, Soraya, and Coffee. We challenged them to see how they could take what was structured in there and innovate and add certain elements to customize it and make it their own. So one of the challenges, go back to the story. One of the challenges you'll see, if you remember the blank, it just had one story with one box. It probably took us about a good day and a half to add that second box there to make sure that the colors and the text was all there. Typically, it would have just been one big block. All right. a lot of stuff, especially when you get into coding, I mean, it takes one thing to go wrong and it causes issues for a good amount of time. But they all work together to troubleshoot a lot of what we had. Let's go ahead and go next. So we'll just show you their apps really quick. If they want to read our story, they can, but if not, we can keep it very simple. Right here is Austin. Go ahead, Austin.
My name is Sphero Robotics, and I am from Austin, Texas. I'm 15 years old, and I am the leader of robotics team. I prefer to be called Raya. I'm from Austin, Texas. My favorite colors are black, pink, purple, and blue colors. I'm very talented. I can sing very well, and I write and produce my own. I play the violin, the piano, and the guitar, and my favorite things, I like to sing, I play instruments, I like to write, and I like to figure out my dances. Fun facts about me. I lived in Germany when I was and I was
You got shy, I didn't want to have a picture up there for everybody.
My name's Kavya Wood. I'm a 15-year-old upcoming 10th grader. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, but I now live in Austin. My birthday is March 12th. I'm a middle child with 2 brothers. And I play volleyball, basketball, and track, and I go to McAllen High School, which is here. Some of my favorites and stuff. So my favorites. Fun facts. My favorite are strawberries. My favorite brand is Nike. That's it.
Sorry.
So just a shameless plug, if I may. Please do not take for granted the information you're seeing. It may look like a website or the pictures and the selfies, but as each device, as we're doing the screencast, you will see computer code pop up like this. So these students wrote this code using Apple's Swift language, which then produced what you're seeing. So I just want you all to understand, it's not like copying and pasting pictures. Rather, it's the computer code to say how big the font, how small the font, what color the background, what size of the image. So there's some intricate details in writing the syntax, which later, that produce what we're seeing.
My name is Tobias Jackson. My name is Tobias. I'm 13 and I'm from Chicago. I like to play basketball. My favorite animal is a giraffe. I have 2 dogs and 10 puppies. So it's hard. And I like to play video games. I've been living in Austin for about 7 years and in Chicago for the other half of my life. And sometimes I visit other cities like Las Vegas to visit family or stay with them for a couple of days.
My favorite hobbies are basketball, playing video games, and sleeping. My favorite food is burgers, pizza, and sushi with no fish. Come fast. Eating too much food or too little food will kill you. Playing race car video games to help one try their real life. I had a third one that's not showing up.
As you see them going through it, as Dr. Miles was saying, they're technically, you can see in the bottom left or the bottom corner are the tabs. So they're actually touching each tab. And then just guess my colors is a button. So they're interacting through what the app would actually be. Now we have Brandon, who is going to, Brandon put together a clip of how our week went and what we did throughout the week. So it's a small reel, about 2 minutes, and then we'll show you guys the Sphero.
Okay, hi everyone. I was in charge of the robot and these students were selected out of the other students to present this robot. So that's what I introduced you.
And like you said, stand next to Miss Grace.
I'm Sphero Robotics. I'm continuing to myself, I'm from Legacy Early College High School, and I am the leader of robotics. I'm Katya. I'm the leader of Senior 2, and I go to McAllen High School, and I'm
So right now, they already wrote the code, so they will not be programming right here. So they are only going to show their code, connect to this to the Sphero Robotics, show the code and run it. So, okay. So as you can see, we customize our own logo for the robot. So you see, when the robots are working, they're gonna have an HT. On it, and at the head, they're gonna see like a part on the robot. So you're free to stop those if you want to see what's up there or not. It's up to you.
So now in this process, they started, they had to measure the distance, how long it took, they're coding the rotation, how fast it goes, making it stop, turn, everywhere you go, they have a code for how far it goes, where it turns, when it stops, and the direction it goes.
That's moving across the mesa, different codes, telling you to point to the south, to the west, or to the north. So we have different seconds for it. And then we have different speed and different directions. So now it has the patient go on it, and then when it gets to the stop point, there will be like a part on it.
All right, and then while they're sitting down, here's our video that they created. It does have music to it, but it's not working. You got
Excellent job. And then we're gonna rock and roll. Let's go ahead and have our advanced group, Miss Teresa Wynn and Mr. Joshua move forward.
Hi, everyone. I'm gonna let all of them introduce themselves after from forward.
I'm Teresa.
I'm from 6th grade, and I'm going to 8th grade. My name is Lamar, and I'm going to
My name's Kayla, and I'm moving to sixth grade. My name's Lisa.
Students have worked really hard these past 4 days to learn Switch from scratch. Most of these kids have come in not knowing a lick of Switch. And after a couple days of learning, they were able to create some awesome apps, which you guys are about to see. So we were learning using playgrounds with this cool app. It was like a robot, or like they were able to control his character to learn commands. And so first off, let's have Harold. So this is what Harold worked on.
Hello, my name is Harold, and this is my story on vocal. It's basically 3 short stories about global warming. How reduce the maybe stop global warming. And this is a dedication to my dad, always bringing me here and back. So always when I'm always tired, and I just wanted to thank him for taking me here. So the first story is about. So there was so Julian's friends were went to the Arctic and found that the ice was melting really rapidly. So they used the freeze ray to freeze it and stop it, hard it and reduce the water. This showed that and that even if I was still need to get these animals alive, and if we don't, that then it will just like knock off the food chain and take and lots of people disappear. Now the second story is about Manny and his dad. So Manny learned about global warming a little in school, and he was nervous because he thought he couldn't do anything because he was just a normal kid and he didn't have the special abilities. But later he learned that he has a mouth. Many people can do anything, and he can start doing things like driving, like with he can drive. He can drive an electric car or bike around instead of driving normal gasoline, which helps drop pollution and reduce global warming. Which shows that even if you can't like go to the Arctic and help the penguins, you can still and other Arctic animals, you can still help by doing those little tips and reducing. Now this was about Katie and the rising waters. So Katie and her friends were on a beach trip and they started and the water started rising rapidly, and they didn't know why, so they went. So Katie started purifying the water and giving it to the people who needed it, which shows that we need lots of people to go to this cause, and in this reality, that they all had video. All 3 of them had videos, and they all videoed each other doing those good deeds, which showed other people that they want to do good deeds too, which do to have global warming. And it is not some just dream or something big. We can actually do this in real life. There are enough people and people willing to take time out of their day and help the world, help change
Ellen and Louise. Grayson and
Before we start, I'd like to thank our partner who is happening today, Joshua Brown, who had a birthday today. It is happening to join us for today. Please give a clap for Joshua.
Our app is kind of like tools about how much of the environment.
It's okay.
For one, you can let people, I think it's not. We always put it in plastic.
What is plastic bags? It's your choice. Do you try to save water?
Yes.
Do you often use public transportation for college?
Yes.
A lot of people should be saying yes. Throw your trash away?
Yes.
Do you like to keep the earth clean?
Yes.
Do you turn off lights and appliances when they are not in use?
Yes.
Do you like when people trash the earth?
No.
Do you like to clean the earth?
Yes.
Do you compost waste?
Yes.
Do you use block now?
Yes.
Do you hate it when you see someone throwing trash on the ground?
Yes.
Do you use reusable straws and plates? Do you use reusable bags when shopping?
Yes.
Y'all are yes.
Yes.
You've been fairly good here, but there's still room for we give one more clap for Joshua Brown for not being.
Before we also start, I'd also like to make a dedication to my twin brother Joshua. I'd like to thank him for the support he gave to me. He's such a great brother. Thank you. So I'm Jason. Our actual drive.
Awesome. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, again, I can't help but say thank you, because I definitely know that time is of the essence. But I definitely think that what you see today is literally looking at the investment in the future. This is the genius generation. So these are the ones that we're going to be relying on. So you saw everything in terms of them creating their own movie clips, in documenting and putting together short productions around how we can be sustainable. And then the next level up was in terms of sustainability, but through coding and utilizing the program robots. And for some people, you may have thought, is that the robot? I know it was small, but when you think about that, literally builds upon the larger robots, those that are working in the medical field, and when you see robotics in the manufacturing of vehicles and so forth. So this is just the start, and these minds are the ones that's developing that grows into the bigger picture. And last but not least, we then ended off by seeing coding, literal, the execution of the code, all of the syntax that once it was executing, I don't know if you noticed, but in the top corner, it was saying launching Sprout. So that was the execution of the code loading. And then when it was out, then you were seeing the design of the students creating the layout of what would be an iPhone and what it would actually look like. So I am proud. I hope that you are proud. Please love up on your young one later today. Let them know and keep encouraging them. I'm telling you, you will be amazed at their encouragement. Ms. Teresa, when we said about Joshua, Mr. Josh Brown, Joshua Brown, who is Caleb's brother. Caleb, raise your hand again. This young man, I'm telling you, had the heart of gold in his brother. And yesterday definitely was a tough day, but what I'm so very proud is that Ms. Teresa, Mr. Josh, and all of them is loving up and to support that young man. So yes, we're here for all things in terms of coding and creativity, but it was a lot of friendships established. And that also is most important. So really quickly, I'm gonna add, you're gonna receive your certificate for mastering Everyone Can Code. Put that on your wall. Be very proud of the fact that you took your summer to master coding. And then please line up. We're gonna then exit out through the door. We'll take a very quick picture right here at the steps. Parents will have cupcakes if you like a cupcake, or your little one, snatch one, and you're probably gonna head out. So on behalf of Huston-Tillotson University and our HBCU C2, if you were wondering, C2 stands for Coding and Creativity. And we look forward to having you back next year. Thank you. Ashley, Allison, come out, please. Line up in the front. Line up so we can get your picture. Caleb Brown. Caleb Brown. Drew, where Drew? Come on out, Drew. Joshua. I guess Joshua. Drew, come out. Lamar. Hey, y'all are out. for Chase Russell. Russell is here. Come on up, Russell. Russell. So proud. I've had Russell for a couple of years and he shot up at me. He went from here already to here. I was like, wow. Chandler, Josiah. Oh, it's a ride. Ellen Scales. Ellen. Come on up, So I'm gonna call her what everybody else is. I want to see cool. So where's Lily? Come on up, Lily. Oh, okay. Her sister, she's in the back room. Just give me. She comes up. Okay. Samantha. Come on, Samantha. You get to be out here for cool time collecting. You were so cool. Samantha. Isabella. Come on up, Isabella. Grayson, come on up, Grayson. Very proud of you. I could not believe he was mine. When he came up, I thought, yeah, boys. So proud. You don't understand how proud the mind of tomorrow. Go ahead, I want you here to center, dead center before the service. Next up, Chase, or everything I said, Chase. Nate Watkins. Nate Watkins. Let me have Theodore. Theodore Watkins. Theodore. Excellent. So Ariella, that's the one I'm missing. I don't want to miss the picture. Where's Ariella? Okay, Chase, Joshua. I'll get you Joshua's. All right, go. Rock and roll. Okay. Let me go ahead and turn the screen off. My apologies for the lighting. There you go. And then again, after this picture, I think we should be good. Instead of bearing the heat, we'll just snap this. I think we'll be good to go. Okay. So let me have you all tighten up. And I'm gonna ask our photographer. Mr. McLennan, how does this look? Okay, we'll take one with them and then we'll have, I'll follow in. That's okay.
All right, those of you on stage, step a little closer, obviously don't fall, but step a little closer to the people in front of you. All right, everybody looking right here. I know there's a lot of cameras. Sir, can you hold that up for me? All right. Everybody looking right here. One, two, three. Don't move, we're gonna get a couple. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. All right, hold on. See if Dr. Miles.
All right, can I jump in with you all? I want to be a part of the cool club. Can I get in here first, please, would you mind? So very proud. And Professor Fairley and all of the other instructors, if you all like to fall in as well, please.
There's room right behind the podium and there's room up on the stage.
Where is your sister? I mean, did she listen to this?
That's my mother.
Can the parent maybe yell out and say Ariella or Ariella?
Waiting.
All right, we're ready.
All right, everybody. All right.
Okay, smile.
Back row. Here we go.
You gotta look here. My literally.
All right, everybody. Here we go. Sir. We should. All right, here we go.
Certificate that should be at your chest. Put your certificate at your chest. Look forward
1,
and smile.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic.